About your health. As promised, our report is on organic foods. Almost always more money than what we're used to paying for produce that we should point out is free of pesticides, for meat and dairy free of hormones. But are the products always worth the extra expenditure? Our own Natalie Morales has tonight's Be Well, Be Healthy report.
The day starts early at Dan Gibson's farm. A little more than 100 miles, but a world away from the Wall Street career he left behind to raise Black Angus cattle and chickens.
The healthiest profile of beef is when they eat what nature intended, and that's grass only.
Dan's beef and chicken isn't certified organic because he says when it comes to meat, organic isn't the whole story.
You could take cattle and feed them organic grain in a feedlot and be certified organic. That's not what we're about.
Dan sells his grass-fed beef at local green markets where most products are grown organically.
In general, you want to eat food that comes from as close to you as possible and is picked as fresh as possible. But one of the
Michael Pollan is the author of several best-selling books, such as The Omnivore's Dilemma and In Defense of Food, works that have inspired many Americans to take a second look at what and how they eat.
I don't think we can say that organic is always better for you. I think we can say it's always better for the environment.
But Pollan says new research studies show a possible link between pesticide exposure and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder in children.
For a growing number of consumers, that's all the more reason to buy organic or local. From your farm stand and grocery store to the dinner table, what was $1 billion a year industry in 1990 is now more than $26 billion a year.
Organics cost more to cultivate, and that high demand also adds to the price tag. So when to spend your hard-earned money on organic food?
Foods that have a very delicate skin that you eat, like grapes, like strawberries, like peaches, like apples, that's a good investment.
The nonprofit Environmental Working Group has a list they call the Dirty Dozen, non-organic fruits and vegetables that often carry high levels of pesticide residues. Save on the foods you peel. They generally have the lowest pesticide residue. And Pollan recommends organic dairy, especially for pregnant women and kids. Chef Jeremy Behrman of New York's Rouge Tomate restaurant bases his menu entirely on sustainable, mainly organic foods.
So you have more farms doing it, more restaurants using the product. It becomes easier for everybody, and I think everybody wins at the end.
From farm to table, a recipe for good health. Natalie Morales, NBC News, New York.
That one fellow seemed to agree. That's our broadcast for this Thursday night. Thank you very much for being with us. I'm Brian Williams, and as always, we hope to see you right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.